Hey, welcome to Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk. RJ, this is season 4.
I know, we're seasoned vets.
Right, exactly.
Right.
We've been here for 4 seasons. Right? Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk. I'm your host, BKP. Welcome to our new home. It's Dragon's Thursday Night Pizza Party from Johnny's New York Style Pizza. Now, this is our first week here. We have Johnny's Pizzas over here. Guys all have something to drink. Next week, Johnny's, they're going to decorate this corner up for us, and this is going to be the Thursday night pizza party for the Dragons. So
Spruce it up a bit, right?
Spruce it up.
Yeah.
Did I pull you in yet?
Yeah.
Could you wait?
Yeah.
I mean, season 4, you're all ready to go. Where's Coach Parker? Because that's the only way I can keep you contained. Folks, I'm here with my co-host and your favorite Dragon, one of them, RJ Casey, covering the Dragons this year. Also, we have with us tonight head coach Chris Parker will be coming in a minute. We told him there was pizza, so he'll be here in a minute. Running just a little late tonight over at the JV game. Glad to have with us quarterback Jacob Brumby and the center Matthew Bradley. Also joining us tonight, Coach Nelson. I apologize, Coach Nelson.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it all together, remember where it's at. Coach Nelson, co-defensive coordinator, D-line coordinator, Coach Nelson is with us here. Dragons coming off a opener here for the season, a 54-30 win over Chattahoochee. Chattahoochee is a 6A team. Let me give you a little update of what we'll be doing this year. If you're new to our show, Dragon Talk, Team FYN Sports presents the show every week, and we talk Quad A Region 6 football. For those of you out there, just to give you a rundown, we do it every week. That consists of Ridgeland, Heritage, Lafayette, Southeast Whitfield County, Northwest Whitfield County, and Gilmer County. So, Coach, well, I gotta save one thing for Coach when he gets here. I gotta save this for Coach. Defensively, this is a 6A team. Last year, Coach Parker, you guys tend to schedule your pre-region games with competitors, and that seems to be the way you guys look at it. So when you go into region, is that the direction you're going again this year, is to make sure you're playing competitive teams before you get up to region play?
Yeah, that's right. We get helps us get prepared, playing the teams within the region, and we see a variety of different offenses and defenses, and stiff competition from those guys. So it kind of pushes our kids to get better each week.
What's it like, guys, going down and playing a 6A team? I mean, they're a big school, 6A team. You guys went down and a total of, how many yards was it? It's a test. You can't look, RJ. A total of, was it
649 yards?
649 yards.
Something
That's
like
a
that.
lot of yards. You know, I was going to save this, Jacob, for Coach Parker, because in the past, it wasn't unusual for me to see Dragon football with 80 passing yards, 120. Yeah. There was 200, is that 243? Is that right?
Yeah.
243
yeah.
in the air?
Yeah.
Now, my question for you, not picking on you or anything, you had 196, right? Or 90, was it?
I think 192.
Yeah,
190.
Yep.
You couldn't get 6 more? I mean, come on, man.
I tried.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations
I appreciate that.
on 2 touchdowns. Jacob here with 2 touchdowns and 194 yards in the air. Let me ask you a question. You have this year receiving right now. You were able to go to 2, 4, 5 different receivers. You got several receivers. What's that like to know you got those many guys to work with?
It's very easy. If one guy's not catching the ball, it's very easy to throw it to other people. And just very, I mean, like I said, it's easy. When throwing's not going over well, we can run the ball. Obviously, you see, we got Robert Davis in the backfield. So it's just very easy to rely on other people. In the past, we couldn't be able to do that.
As a senior, let me ask you this question. As a senior, you this is our 4th year doing the show, so we've been with you since your freshman year. Talk about the maturity of this team. You go all the way back. Talk about the maturity of this team and the teams you've worked with all the way to get to this point. What is the maturity like of this team that may be different from last year or what you see?
Not trying to back down recent teams, but I think this year what is difference between us and them is a lot of our guys want to win. They'll do anything to push themselves to win. And these past years they want to win, but after we lose some games, people don't really care, I guess you could say it like that. You know, we want to win. You know, we want to do something this school's never done before, and it's something big for me.
Big. All right, I like that. Let's go there, right, RJ? You like that?
I like it.
Let me talk to you as the center, and I always say, you know, the team is, you know, you got 11 guys going out there on the field. That is the team, but a front line has to be a unit. You guys gotta work together. Usually, it takes the first game, a live running game, to get to gel. But hey, when you're a front line and your offense puts up over 600 yards, how do you think you guys are all working together, and what's that feel like out there as a center?
Come
on in, Coach. Coach is here. We got it right. Get in. Get your chair. No, hey, Coach. Folks at home, this is our head coach, Chris Parker. Glad you make it, Coach.
Well, I figured
we understand you're over at the JV game.
Yeah, JV and ninth grade still playing, but I knew you guys could handle this first part without me. But I figured y'all messed up enough things that now it was time for me to come in and bring it home.
We're in the middle of something. No, let's go back to the unit of that front line. You're able when you have 600 offensive yards plus. You guys are already gelling as a unit. What's it like, and what's practice been like this week?
I mean, we practice pretty hard.
Do you want anything to drink?
I mean, we go against scout team all the time. I mean, they're pushing us every day, getting us better, and it's working.
Coach, I couldn't wait. These passing stats, are they correct? You know I was going there, didn't you, Coach? You knew.
Yeah, we threw it a little bit. Jacob did a good job.
We opened it up, right?
Yeah, we opened it up to completed 11 passes, I think a Pickens high school record. But no, Jacob did a good job throwing the ball. You know, we were able to run the ball and throw it, and you know, we got a lot of good skill players, and O-line did a good job, and you know, it was nice when everything kind of works out that way where you can do that. Some games we're gonna have to run the ball a little more, and some games probably have to throw a little more, but it's nice to have a quarterback that can do those things and get you in and out of good plays. And a lot of our plays are what they call run-pass options, where I just call a play and then he decides if it's a run or a pass, basically, either before the snap or even after the snap sometimes. So, you know, the ability to be able to do both. I know we joke about it, but the ability to do both will make it. And having the quarterback to do that is what allows us to be able to.
Actually, when I looked at the stats, I really enjoyed what I was looking at, because obviously in the past couple of years, you've had a stronger running game. Mm-hmm. Not that you didn't have the passing game, and this young man wasn't doing a good job. You just had a stronger rushing game.
Right.
And this year, by these stats, it looks like you're going to be able to have some different kind of balance going into the game and make some decisions. Hey, are we going to air this game out a little bit, or is this going to be a rushing game? So, is it good having those skill players all in one place?
It's good to be able to take, you know, in coaching, you always want to take what they give you. It's an old cliche. They say take what the defense gives you. But the reality is, if your kids aren't good enough to make those plays, it doesn't matter what they're giving you. You know, you're going to have to call the plays you can run. We do have a good enough group of skill guys and a quarterback that are able to, you know, depending on how they're playing defensively, we can throw the ball more some games or run it more. And sometimes you don't know going into the game, to be honest, Brian. It sounds good to make that stuff up in the weekend and all that, but then you get out in the game and they might be doing something differently. But the ability to be able to run and pass is probably as good this year as we've had, I'd say. So.
I was talking to the guys because I like to check first game. Did he behave?
RJ did behave. I mean,
okay, we just checked.
We may have had to say a few things to him for the game that aren't appropriate for the air tonight about how he better act down there. But he did heed that advice, and we like him to cheer. Yeah. He just gets on those officials. You know what I'm saying? The officials are no match for RJ. Like, he's never missed a call. He never doesn't see it. But those officials, man, they are always messing up. And, you know, tell them, RJ, out there, I never get on the officials. I'm a friend of the officials.
You are.
That's why you have to get in there, right?
Yeah.
RJ, let me ask something. I'm here with RJ Casey, Team FYN Sports, and your Sports Writer Player of the Week was Robert Davis. Tell us why you picked Robert Davis this week. What was the strong points that you picked him as the Player of the Week?
Well, I could have gone with several different players, but I went with Robert because he had a really big impact on the game. He had 157 rushing yards, on 11 carries, and he took a kick return that opened up the second half all the way to the house from 94 yards out. And he had some long runs and some exciting runs that help build the team's confidence, I guess, on both sides of the ball and help lead them to a victory.
Coach, I was talking to Coach Nelson before you came in that this team, Chattahoochee's a 6A team. Last year, you seem to pick the non-region games to make sure you have a balance of competition. You see a little bit of everything. Is that always your plan, to make sure your non-region games are balanced, that you can see different defense, different offense, and competitive teams?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. The reality is, it's Thursday. Y'all done 4 of these shows. Those teams on the first 3 days you didn't really have to line up with the teams we have to line up with in these 4 weeks. So part of that's because they won't play us, and part of it is we can't find people in our general area to play. So then you have to go to plan B, because that's what you want to do. I'm just answering your question honestly. We want to play people in our geographical area, culturally like us, because it's better for gates, it's better for rivalries,
right.
Things like those people were not available to us. So then you get into plan B, which is we got to find a way to make this a positive for us. You can go play Buford and you have no chance, but maybe you make a little money or something. Or you can find teams that are comparable to you, and you may lose every single one of them, but you try to get better, hoping your team can make the playoffs and be better than the year. Last year we started 1-3, and you would say that makes you better, but the reality is we lost the last game and lost in the playoffs, so maybe it didn't make us better, But
right.
We got to do a better job of winning these or competing, not even winning, just competing in these next 3 games and carrying it over where that is a positive. Because the answer is, once you realize, you can't go to Gates, because we'd rather just play teams like Dawson and Lumpkin and Fannin and Union and Gilmer, and because those are better Gates, not because they're good teams, they're all well coached teams. But once that's not available to us, we got to go down to where we can compete. Chattahoochee is probably, they're an okay 6A team. Maybe if they didn't make the playoffs last year, they were a game from it. They were decent. North Forsyth was the same way last year. They're really good for 7A against us. They're really good, but for their league, they're probably in the middle of the pack. That gives us maybe just a chance, but it's going to be tough. Pepperell's got one of the best teams in the state in AA, so maybe one of the best teams to play all year is going to be Pepperell next week. So and North Hall, we got not this coming Friday, but next. But and then North Hall is traditionally really good. So Chattahoochee, Pepperell, North Hall, North Forsyth. That's a tough little run. Last year we lost those next 3, so it was nice Friday. I was proud. I really was proud of the guys. But the challenge is to try to win these next 3, or at least compete in them, and give ourselves a chance to win some of them, or whatever it is, and actually carry that into that 10th and 11th game. Because I thought last year that sounded, and I meant it when I said it, but we didn't do a great job of carrying that into that 10th and 11th game, that we had played those tougher teams. In some ways, we were kind of beat up from playing so many tough teams. Northwest is going to be good this year. Regional is going to be good. Heritage is going to be good. Anytime we play teams like Gilmer or Southeast or rivalries or tough games, every game is just going to be a battle for us, and it's going to be interesting to see how these guys respond. We got a really talented group of guys, but it's not a whole lot of seniors. And so it's going to be it's really an exciting year, probably more than any other year, a year where I really can't tell you what's going to happen. I think we got the potential to win a bunch of games and do some really special stuff. And then we got the potential to not, half the teams are going to lose every week. So it's our job to go out there and execute. And, we scored 50 points last week. That was great. But we're going to start with 0 next week. And we learned, last year against Pepperell, we kind of went out there and messed around and scored 10 or 14 points or something in the game. So, it's going to be important that we just move forward and use that tough schedule, because it is a different atmosphere playing in Fulton County, versus maybe what we did years ago at Pickens in game 1. Now, it was neat, and because we won, it was a great idea. But you start 0-4, and that's really not a good idea to play those teams. So, it's a good answer for all that. A very long answer for your question.
Yeah, did you keep all that up here? Because you're going to have to help me with that. Coach, we'll be right back. We're going to take a brief break, and as soon as we come back, we're going to get into RJ's Coach's Question of the Week. You didn't know you were doing that, did you? You do now. You got 4 minutes to prepare. RJ's Coach's
Think of something good, RJ.
Every year, Coach says, ask me something. So we decided it's RJ's Coach's Question of the Week, and we're going to be talking to these 2 young men again. Dragons, Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk from Johnny's New York Style Pizza. We'll be right back after these messages.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper is dropping the hammer. Over $11,000 off MSRP on new Silverados. Just look what we've done to the price on this new LT Crew Cab. Save over $11,000 and pay just $32,500. And Dave Chevy is dropping the hammer in a big way on all new Chevy Malibus. Save over $6,500 and pay just $17,900. The savings are real and they're big at Dave Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Dave Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there. All I do is win.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP, here with my co-host, RJ Casey. RJ's been covering the Pickens Dragons for, well, man, since you were in school, you've been on that sideline, right?
Yeah.
What are you, 32 now? You're about 32?
Feel like it.
Okay. And we're at Johnny's New York Style Pizza here, and it's the Thursday night pizza party, Pickens Power Half Hour. You know, Coach, this is our 4th season. Before we get started, you know, we started over at Chattahoochee Tech.
Yeah, how about that?
And Shannon was over there with us. Shannon Brooks.
We come a long way.
Yes, I really enjoy it. I appreciate it. RJ, it's time for your RJ's Coach's Question of the Week. In fact, next week I want a big thing made up so we can say RJ.
Yeah, we need a graphic.
And everything.
Need a graphic, need fireworks. And
everything. What do you got for Coach?
It better be a good one, RJ. You can run your mouth about it now. Let's go.
Obviously, you guys have got the bye week this week. You've got an extra week to prepare for Pepperell. And Pepperell's playing a region opponent in Ridgeland tomorrow. What have you seen from Pepperell so far? I know they haven't had any games so far. They've only played like 2 scrimmage games, really. they haven't had any real games. But what have you seen from Pepperell? Have you watched the game from last season to get ready for this year?
Yeah, some years different than others, but this year probably our best film, at least till Friday night, will be watching a film from last year. Pepperell was kind of in a situation like we're in this year, last year, where they had some good skill guys, and then all of them were juniors or sophomores. They had a lot of guys back, so pretty much who they played against us last year is who they're going to play this year, with a couple exceptions. And coach does a good job there. I think they went to the semifinal, maybe the quarters, but I think the semis last year in AA. They're ranked in the top 5 in AA or something. They'll play Ridgeland Friday, and them and Ridgeland will probably be a good game. I don't know who would win, but Ridgeland, Pepperell, Northwest, some of those teams are all really good this year. So, and we're going to get all of them. So, it's important for us to just watch film from last year, but probably more than anything in a bye week, got to worry about us and just execute the plays. That we're going to run the same stuff no matter who the team is. Just call it a different number of times. So it's probably just important defensively, and then kicking game, we just kind of worry about us. And then we'll watch their Ridgeland film this weekend, and then we'll get in there Monday and start really planning just for Pepperell. In the off week this early, it's hard to do the whole 2 weeks to prepare things. Later in the year, if you got 4 or 5 films on them, I think you can actually start that day planning for that team. This time of year, it's kind of like we just played a week earlier than they did, so we played a game, and now we're kind of resting and getting the JV and 9th grade teams ready for today, and worrying about the things we messed up from last Friday, and coach doing the same with the defense.
It's not just seeing the team you're going to play. When you see several weeks of film, you see the team you're going to playing against teams with different defense and so forth, so you can pick different things.
And when you know the team, like actually their film against Ridgeland's a great film for us because we know Ridgeland, so we're familiar with them. Play some good games with them the last few years, so it gives us an idea of kind of what we're up against. But they got a good team. What do you think?
Hey, Coach, when you're got Coach Nelson, when you got 600 and some yards of offense, your defense, playing a little different, but it still was a 30-point game. Talk about the defense. I know it's 54-30. You guys got the win. Talk about the defense this year, the maturity of the defense, and how you're preparing them to play against some teams that are going to be a little stronger on their offense.
Well, we've got a lot of kids that have very little experience on the defense this year. We got only 2 seniors. They're both on the D line. One of them played a little bit last year, but no, starters up front. And that's kind of where things happen. So the kids that we have playing up there are getting their feet wet, in game time, and it's a little tough. We do have some a lot of kids that we can roll in, especially at the line position, so we can coach on the fly, and that kind of helps us for the future. Some of the games we gave up 30 points, but the mistakes we made, which is to me is very encouraging, is mistakes that were hustle mistakes. Kids flying around, overrunning the ball, but going downhill like they're supposed to, being in the right gap, but not quite getting through the read like they're supposed to, dropping back in coverage, but kind of getting just a bit out of where they should be, but flying, breaking down, hitting. Those things show up in turnovers, and we had several turnovers, had 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions, and that shows the kids are getting after, not laying back and waiting for things to happen. They're being aggressive, and those kind of mistakes you can fix. So, I'm as a defensive coach and very excited. I think we're gonna get better. We're gonna take our lumps early as we get our experience, but I think as we get better and if we stay healthy, I really look forward to the latter part or the middle part of the season when we start to
you start seeing all the work coming together.
Exactly.
Coach, let me ask you this, because you talked about it earlier, and this is our first episode this year, Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk, and you talked about the teams in non-region that won't play and you have to travel. We talked about that earlier, but in your region, I made about 3 phone calls, and I asked out of the clear blue sky, I said, who is the team to beat in this region? Who is the team this year? All 3 said Pickens.
I'm gonna tell Wesley that He probably has the better team. Seeing as how they went 9-1 or whatever they did, and they got all those good
All right,
players.
let me get to my actual
They got all these
Let me get
Division
to
One
my
players.
actual question. And the reason I want to bring it up, when you're coaching and there is out there, hey, Pickens is strong, Pickens might be the team to beat, Pickens is the team to watch. Does that put a little more pressure on you?
Yeah, I mean, to answer that question, it's
Because
actually,
that's
it's,
what I
actually
hear, you know
it's
that.
actually a good question. I was messing around. The answer to that question is yes. We actually like that. There's more pressure, but, you know, when I got here, it wasn't a lot of pressure to win. You know, you just want
Right.
to compete and whatever. So you actually want to be I could tell a long story and filibuster the rest of this thing, but you actually want to be at places where they expect you to win, even though that is more challenging, because usually, you know, there's some more reward there and people are supportive. And we've been very fortunate that we are at a place now where people expect us to win. And, you know, we're trying to meet that expectation. We don't know what's going to happen, and we don't know how the ball will bounce. But I will tell you this, and I'm not going to beat around the bush about this. We got a good football team. The difference is, if we had this same football team in this same region 4 or 5 years ago, we'd be about to win the region. I probably wouldn't say that on this show, but I'd feel that way. Ridgeland has as good a team as they're going to have. They made a state championship game several years ago, and I don't know if they're that good. I hadn't seen them, but I know what they got coming back, and it's very comparable. They have an excellent team. Northwest has the best running back and quarterback combination that they're ever going to have. I mean, they've got a legitimate Division I quarterback and running back. Heritage had a team. They beat us last year in the last game, had a good team, and they bring almost everybody back. You know, Pepperell has one of the best teams in the state for their league. We play them. North Hall's always competitive. Chattahoochee, North Forsyth, always competitive. Southeast has a defensive end committed, Georgia Tech. Southeast Whitfield does. So it is. We have a good team. Probably, I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate. We're going to play a lot of good teams. So I think we got it. Really, yeah.
We're going to see some good football.
And just Quad A in general. I mean, the 10th or 11th best team in Quad A is like Marist or Woodward Academy or somebody where it's unbelievable the depth that some of these regions have, including ours. So it's just very competitive right now. And so there's no reason why we can't win every game we play. And there's no reason why, at least in a bunch of them, we could lose them. You know, and so that part's exciting, but also a little, you know, you secretly as a coach wish you had that region from 4 or 5 years ago where we were just okay too. But if we had some of the skill players we got now and some of the line we got now, then we probably beat all of them. So it's going to be a challenge, but I think that's a good question, and I don't mind if our guys know. Our community and our coaches and our players, you know, we expect to win, and we're not going to shy away from that.
Guys, before we leave, I ask this of every single player that ever sits down with us. We do 4 shows a week, and we see a dozen players throughout the week. I always leave with this question. Yes, 94 yards, congratulations, great game as a senior opening up. But the bottom line is, when you show up Monday, what did you show up and say, Jacob, I could do better today, I could work harder on, I could focus more on? What did you challenge yourself to do at practice the first time in this week that you wanted to work on?
I think really just being a leader and working on my progressions as well. Last week I did well. You know, I'm not batting myself down, but I think I could have done a little better with progressions, you know, hanging on some people and making bigger plays. So that was really what I focused on this week.
Same with you. When you showed up, I mean, I always say, like, to every guy, when you show up, hey, that's a solid game. Stats show a solid game. But you personally, when you walked into practice, what did you say? I can work on this week. I can do better and focus on.
Here lately, I've been taking a step back whenever I snap the ball, and I have to get that second step in faster this week because I have a big customer coming at me. So got to get that second step in a little bit faster.
Well, I appreciate it, guys, because I always believe that no matter what the score, no matter what the stats are, or how great the win looks, you can always show up on Monday working on something. So I appreciate that. Let me give a couple stats before I ask Coach a final question. Just want to give some of these. Jacob here with us, 11 completes, 18 attempts, 61%, 192 yards and a touchdown. But let me go and let me run into the defensive guys for a minute. We don't want to leave them out. Jay Jones, 11 tackles on the night. Hunter Herman, 9 tackles on the night. Gaden Boz. Boz Gaden, is that his name, Coach?
Boz.
Boz. The
Like
Boz.
the Boz.
All right, 8 tackles on the night.
You don't got a choice but to play linebacker if
Yeah,
you're the Boz.
yeah, if your name's Boz, that's just where you go.
They don't even know about that.
They don't know nothing about that, do they? You got to get the haircut and everything.
Yeah.
Coach, before we go, we're at the end of the show, but not to leave anybody out or forget anybody, but could you run through some of the staff this year? Because we would like to open up maybe some people who've never watched. Who are some of the coaches you have on staff this year?
Well, we got most same guys and a couple new ones. We got Coach Nelson and Coach Parker. My brother, Coach Parker, do the defense.
You still got him?
Yeah, we let him hang around. We don't let him come up here in front of folks.
Okay.
He can't keep it PG in this hot mic and all.
Yeah, okay.
But Coach Parker and Coach Nelson do a good job. Actually, me and Coach go back to when his hair looked like mine and mine was dark. We've been coaching a long time, back when we was at Chattahoochee Tech. But no, we worked at Sequoia a long time ago. Michael did. Coach Page played for us back then. We got a lot of continuity with those guys. Ty Maxwell does our line, does a great job, and we got some other guys out there. Coach Wharton's been around forever with strength conditioning. He does some receivers and defensive backs. Coach Wigginton has been here, I think, 20-something years in a row as a coach at Pickens. He's helping us. He's kind of like our assistant head coach. I was actually gone a couple days early this week, and Coach Wigg took over, did a great job. We're just lucky to have so many guys on the staff that have been coordinators or head coaches, guys like Coach. He's going to be humble and not going to say much, but he's one of the best coaches around. And I'm just trying to hold him on, make sure, make sure all these other people don't realize how good we got all these coaches. They'll be trying to take them. So I got to be quiet.
All right.
But all these guys really do a great job, and I just kind of facilitate practice. And we got some young guys come in. We got a couple of new guys coming in that are going to be community coaches. They got to do some classes, and we're excited to have them. It's been a good off season for us. We got to parlay that into some more wins. I'll tell you, as my last thing I'll say, and I am proud of coaches. I can go off on a long time about them. These guys do a good job and don't get near the credit they deserve. But I'm really proud of these two boys and some of the older kids. I know we said several times we don't have many seniors, and we don't. That's a fact. But the few we got have been as good to work with as anybody we've had. I mean, Matt has come a long way since he was in the 6th, 7th grade, hanging out with us and being in the middle school program. I mean, he's had to earn a chance to be he was our best lineman Friday, and he's had to earn that opportunity. It wasn't given to him. It wasn't even given to him in spring football that he would play. I mean, he's had to earn that chance. So I'm proud of him. Jacob is going to be as good a quarterback as anybody around. And when people figure that out, he's going to go to a school and he's going to play. The last guy we said that about plays at Minnesota, he doesn't sit on the bench.
Exactly. I know.
And I don't mean that, but I'm not bragging on Jacobs much. I'm just saying Jacob's going to be a guy that when he goes to a college to play football, some people go and sign with a college and they go sit the bench or they make it a semester, and then Jacob's going to go play for them. So whichever school is lucky enough to figure that out, they'll look good. And we got some other guys too that y'all gonna see this year that come through here that are seniors. It doesn't matter how many of them they are so much as they're leaders. They've been working hard, and then we've got a tremendously talented group of young kids. We do. But it's these guys that are going to hold those guys together in the times, because it's not always going to be 54 to something. It might be 10-7 in the fourth quarter Friday against Pepperell, and Jacob struggled all game because they're good.
Right.
They've only scored 7 points, and we got to go drive down the field and win 14-10. And he's got to show some leadership, and Matt's got to show, because there's just not many of them out there that's played a lot. So I'm really proud of these guys, and I definitely don't want it to sound like we're making some excuses.
No, Coach, your teams that I've watched over the year, and it's just such a joy because they play to the end, and they do. Folks, you've been watching Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk here at Johnny's New York Style Pizza. I want to thank Coach Nelson, the defensive line coordinator, for being here with us tonight. My co-host, RJ Casey, head coach Chris Parker, our two special guests tonight, Jacob Brumby and Matthew Bradley. I want to thank you guys for being here tonight. And don't forget, they're off this Friday night, so next week we won't have a show, so it'll be 2 weeks before we're back. Johnny's New York Style Pizza. We good, RJ? Everything good?
Good.
Okay. And again, one more time, Team FYN Sports, Sports Writer Player of the Week. Congratulations, Robert Davis. I want to thank all of our sponsors. And Pepperell, Friday, September 1st,
At Berry.
Yeah,
We're
Berry.
playing at Berry College.
Berry College.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Purpose Field's not
Berry
right.
College. All right. Okay. Do not get an unsportsmanlike conduct flag against yourself. Okay, please don't put that on us. All right, RJ, stay back. I'm your host BKP. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys. It's time for Dragon football this year, so pay attention. We're out, Richie.